Radio, I'm Christina Onnested. The death toll has increased to at least 6 in a mass shooting at a 4th of July parade in Highland Park, Illinois, a suburb just north of Chicago. 30 people were also injured when a gunman opened fire on the parade from a rooftop. He reportedly fled the scene but left the gun behind. A 22-year-old white male was later arrested as a suspect. Dozens of fired bullets sent hundreds of parade goers, some visibly bloodied, fleeing for their lives.
People were screaming, they were panicking, and they just scattering, and and we didn't know, it was right on top of us.
Victims were as young as 8 years old and included several children shot. Here's Highland Park Mayor Nancy Rotering.
On a day that we came together to celebrate community and freedom, we're instead mourning the tragic loss of life and struggling with the terror that was brought upon us.
Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker said he spoke to President Joe Biden, who agreed the madness must end. Pritzker also called the shooting another example of a uniquely American plague.
While we celebrate the 4th of July just once a year, mass shootings have become our weekly, yes, weekly, American tradition. There are going to be people who say that today is not the day, that now is not the time to talk about guns. I'm telling you, there is no better day and no better time than right here and right now. It's the 4th of July, a day for reflection on our freedoms. Our founders carried muskets, not assault weapons.
The Giffords Gun Safety Group wrote on social media, "This is not normal. We should be able to live free of the fear of being shot." The Gun Violence Archive says it's documented 309 mass shootings so far this year, including 3 on the 4th of July. 50 people were arrested in Akron, Ohio during protests against the police killing of an unarmed black man Monday. The mayor of Akron, Ohio, declared a nighttime curfew Monday after the release of police body cam video showing officers pumping dozens of bullets into Jalen Walker following a traffic chase that occurred last week. Officials say he had more than 60 bullet wounds. The chief of police said the officers perceived him as a threat to them, which drew outrage at a rally organized by the NAACP.
Perceived as a threat. That's coded language. When are we not seen as a threat? Grocery shopping? Barbecuing? Sitting at Starbucks? Jogging in our neighborhoods? Driving? Just breathing. When are we not seen as a threat? Enough is enough.
NAACP President Derek Johnson said in a statement Walker's death wasn't self-defense but was murder point blank. According to the Gun Violence Archive, police in the U.S. have shot and killed 736 people so far this year. Protests for abortion rights took place across the country on the 4th of July, with pro-choice advocates arguing they have less freedoms in the U.S. today now that the Supreme Court overruled abortion protections. Hundreds marched in the city of San Francisco.
Say abortion on demand! Abortion on demand! And without apology!
And burned the flag.
And it means your suppression and it means your subjugation and oppression. Are you going to stand for that?
What kind of independence do women have if they're treated like forced pregnancy, forced mother?
Protests took place in New York, Times Square, Chicago, Atlanta, Los Angeles, and other cities around the country. Russia's President Vladimir Putin has declared victory in the eastern Ukrainian province of Luhansk, a day after Ukrainian forces withdrew from the last remaining city they were defending. Together with the neighboring Donetsk province, it makes up Ukraine's industrial heartland of the Donbass. Putin's declaration came as Russian forces were trying to press their offensive deeper into eastern Ukraine. Luhansk governor said forces had retreated from the city to avoid being surrounded. Some Ukrainian soldiers who have fought in the Donbass describe cities burned to the ground and colleagues with severed limbs. Some complained of chaotic organization, desertions, and mental health problems caused by relentless shelling. Ukraine reports more than 989 children have been killed since Russia's war on Ukraine more than 4 months ago. It also reports damages on more than 2,100 educational institutions, the latest a school in the Sumy Oblast region and in Kharkiv. Hundreds of homes have been inundated in and around Australia's largest city in a flood emergency, and some 50,000 people in and around Sydney were given evacuation orders and warnings to prepare to abandon their homes. I'm Christina Onestad reporting for Pacifica Radio.